When I began developing the blendification system in the strategy whiteboard, I researched and studied businesses, articles, books, and academic journals, as well as met with a broad range of companies from early-stage startups to multinational organizations. I found that many leaders were loosely following management practices that were successful in the past, but weren't sufficiently flexible to maximize potential in today's more distributed, rapidly changing world. These businesses were relying on industrial-based leadership models that were born at a time when companies, markets, and workforces were relatively stable and slow changing. These models have been instrumental in many of the efficiencies that drove the 20th century and worked marvelously until they didn't. Leaders operating with this industrial mindset are obsessed with output over outcomes. They confuse progress with productivity and focus on competitive maneuvering instead of market innovation. The industrial leadership mindset has us believing that it's better to force people to focus on their specific wheelhouse like cogs in a system, creating little room for creative latitude. Leaders overwhelmed by the fear of losing control sacrifice the growth of the organization because they don't allow their people to grow outside the rigid parameters defined by a role. There are a number of signs that make it obvious if your organization operates in the industrial leadership model and are readily discovered by asking yourself these questions. Does your company have a culture where people take ownership of their actions and innovate solutions? Do employees understand the organization's strategic focus and desired outcomes that define success? Do they believe their work impacts the overall success of the organization? Are employees encouraged to identify the means to achieve desired outcomes and given the autonomy to take action? Are teams connected, aligned, and engaged regardless of their department, function, or even physical location? Are there visible interactions across and throughout the organization? Answering these questions will help determine if your company is ready to adapt at the rate necessary to succeed today. Blendification is the model that evolved from my experience in research and has become a platform for business to retire industrial-age thinking and embody new practices that achieve greater business and human potential. It was created to develop clarity in the face of complexity. In a complex world where many different components and constituents need to cooperate, it's necessary to promote the synergy where business and life intersect. That's how we create a system where people at all levels of the organization become fully engaged, contributing to the decentralized problem-solving and innovation. Blendification takes employee connectivity beyond conjecture and provides a method. The strategy whiteboard and the personal whiteboard apps work together to guide the connective tissue that unifies organizations and enables business to take its proper role in positively impacting employees, customers, and communities.